guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. So today's video is going to be a collection video, my entire Hanna Karlzon collection to date. This is an updated version, I guess, of my original Hanna Karlzon video I did way back, I would say probably about 2 years ago when I first started this channel. I started off with doing a whole entire book collection, and I do have one video dedicated mainly to Hanna Karlzon books. I am waiting for her newest book to arrive, Atlantis. What is it? Tales from Atlantis, I think is the name of it, translated into English. I just watched Color with Claire do her complete Hanna Karlzon collection. She was showing us the pages she had done in all of her books. So I got excited. I was like, oh, I need to do an updated version of what I've done in my books. So I grabbed all my books, put them on my desk. Now I have a big pile of Hanna Karlzon books on my desk. So I really should probably wait for Atlantis to come to be totally complete, up-to-date video, but I'm too impatient for that. So we're gonna take a look at everything I have done and everything I have. Some of the books I do have multiple copies of, or I have different published versions from different countries. So I thought we would take some side-by-side looks at those and see what's different about them. And I do think this is probably going to be a longer video, so just a forewarning. I will try my best to try and keep it under 30 minutes, but if I think it's going a little bit too long, maybe I might do a part 2. So let's just jump right into it. I am going to start off with some pages from Hanna's Etsy shop. I don't know if you guys do know, she does have an Etsy shop. She has a lot of images that don't actually appear in any of her books. So I'll show you the ones that I have and the ones that I've colored. If I do remember what I use, I will tell you, but probably I don't remember really well. I have a hard time remembering what I ate for breakfast. So a lot of these I did 2 to 3 years ago when I first started coloring. So this one, I think I was really excited for this one when she put this one out because it is a man, and you know, we don't get too many men. We have been getting a lot more lately, so a little bit more inclusive lately. But back when, a few years ago, we was very rare to see a man pop up in our coloring pages. So this one is really cool. I think it's probably based on that Green Man type of imagery. So I think I did Prismacolors for the face and the hair and the flowers. I probably did some watercolor paints in the background, and I think this is probably like either a paint pen or a marker. I drew the silhouette shape around him. So I do like how that one came out. This one is these 3. I think we're a 3-piece set. I know I did this one in Prismacolors, and it looks like maybe some Spectrum Noir glitter brush pens. That was kind of my favorite art supply at the time. The Spectrum Noir glitter brush pens, I collected like the whole entire collection of them. And I did a base of marker, and I colored on top with Prismacolors, and it looks like some either gel pens. Yeah, probably gel pens over here. And this one, I'm pretty sure I did with some water-soluble crayons. I think this was Inktense. I think I had just gotten Inktense at this point, and I was testing them out. I probably was the first and the last time I ever tested them out. The rest is Prismacolor, I'm sure. And I don't know what else. Something sparkly in here, in her earrings and gel pens. And this one, I'm pretty sure Prismacolors again. That was pretty much my go-to at the time. Pretty sure this was Paul Rubens metallic watercolor paints for the jewelry part. And I must have did a layer of marker as the base for her skin. This one is really cute. This is part of a 3 set as well. I only ever colored this one. I like this one a lot with the My Little Ponies. This was an 80s themed pack. have this one. I think this is, what are these guys called? My Melody? Not My Melody. Maybe, oh, Twin Star, maybe, I think is what these characters are. And this one has 80s kind of hairdo and mixed tape theme. I don't remember what I used for these, but something sparkly on the ponies. Probably Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen, probably. And then here's another set, I think, of 3 that I have never colored yet. I think there is one in one of her books that looks similar to this, but it's like a little bit of a variation to it. Maybe when we get to the books, I'll be able to pinpoint it. So those were some pages from her Etsy shop. Those are still available if you're interested. And she also has a lot of other images up there too. I know she just did one recently, a newer one, I think, with an ice cream cone, but I didn't pick it up. This is the Coloring Heaven Dreamtime special with 40 of her designs. This is issue number 58. I'm not sure when this was put out, but I know I ordered it from eBay after the fact, after it wasn't published anymore, like maybe right after it wasn't published anymore. But I haven't colored anything in here. I don't think I intend to color anything in here. There's nothing new or exclusive in here, I don't think. This is probably just like a best of her images to date at the time of the publication of this one. More of a collector's item for me, so I don't think I would ever color in it. All right, so now let's get into the books. I think I have these in numerical order according to date. So this is Daydreams. This is her very first coloring book, as I'm sure many of you guys who are fans of Hanna know. This is not one of my favorites of hers, just because there's more like animals and buildings in here. You know, I'm more of a portrait kind of gal. This looks like one I started and gave up because probably I didn't like how I had colored these little mushrooms. When I first started coloring, I did give up a lot because I got frustrated when stuff didn't come out so great. Let's see. Do I have it? What do I have in here? I know I have something colored in here. Oh, this one I never finished, but I'm pretty sure I was doing Starjoy Golds and probably Brute Fooner 520s. I think I just got tired of coloring the hair, so I put it aside and I never picked it back up. But you'll notice here while I was coloring, I think the paper in this one is not so great. There's a lot of little tiny holes that came out when I was going over some spots multiple times. So, but I do actually like how it was coming out. I think I might have this written down, the colors I was using, so I could probably at some point get back to it. Maybe someday add it to my list of never-ending whips. So this is something I must have started and never finished. I think that's it for Daydreams. Next up, this is the artist edition of Daydreams. I don't know when she stopped making these, or whoever the publisher of them stopped making these. This says Gibbs Smith, so it's from 2015, 2016, but these are really hard heavy cardstock pages, single-sided, so you can use all different kinds of mediums on these pages. I don't know, oh, I must have started this one and never finished. I don't know if these are really available anymore. You might be able to find them on some secondhand book sites maybe, but they don't make these anymore. And then next up, I think this is my favorite book of all time, Summer Nights. Let's see, what do I have finished in here? I did print this page out from the book. I think I did this for a group challenge or a group color along in the Coloring Divas. I think we had to do something purple for lupus awareness month, and I did this one because I thought the butterfly kind of encapsulated that as well, and so that's why I chose this image. I think I did marker, did Prismacolor probably on top, and some glitter pens, it looks like, and some stickles probably. I do like that one, how that one came out. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Anything else? Yeah. Oh, this one is probably Spectrum Noir glitter brush pens, Prismacolors. That's what it looks like to me, probably. This is the second page I ever colored. I do remember the first 3 pages I ever colored. This is the second one. I'll tell you when we get to the first and the third one too. I think I colored this with Crayola dual tipped pencils because that was the first set of pencils that I got alongside some kind of like generic pencils that I got from Amazon. I did color this a second time, a little bit better, I think. And then I added some gemstones. Looks like this one's coming off to her jewelry. Hopefully like that. This looks like one I started and never finished. This one I know I did with Prismacolors. Looks like some, oh, I probably used the silver metallic Prismacolor for that one, and chalk pastels in the background. I think that's it for Summer Nights. Then I have Summer Nights Artist Edition of Summer Nights. I don't know if I have anything done. Oh, I do have one thing in here. It looks like I started and I didn't finish. See, these are really not bound so great. The pages fall out. It could be just because it's old too, but I think as soon as I got it, the pages were falling out. Maybe that's why they don't make it anymore. I don't know. Next up, I have here Magical Dawn. I have 2 copies of Magical Dawn, which was the one, I have one that doesn't have anything in it, and then I have one that does have stuff in it. This is just a second copy I bought because there's some pages in here that I thought I felt like I messed up on, and I wanted to get a new copy. But of course I never followed through and colored them. But this was one of my first books as well, I think. So we have this girl here with the fish. Probably Prismacolors in this one, and Spectrum Noir glitter brush pens. I have to dig those out. Maybe, I wonder if they're even still usable. They might have dried out at this point. But this page I did with gel pens. I know I did her hair entirely with gel pens. I know I used up a whole entire gel pen for her hair. And these stars I think are gel pens. I think the only thing I didn't do gel pen is this part of the hair and her face. I think that was with some generic colored pencils. I don't even think they had a brand name at the time. When I first started coloring, my initial plan was, I was like, I'm just gonna get a really cheap set of pencils. I'm not gonna spend a lot of money. I don't want to spend a lot of money on pencils. And then cut to, now I have like so many pencils. This is my 3rd ever page I did. I did color this one also a second time as well. We'll see that one when we get to it. Did a little bit of more experimenting in this book. I think that's why I had to get a second book. This one was a big disaster. I tried to use some Jane Davenport crayons, I think. And I just like, you know, like little kid colored it in pretty much, and it didn't come out very well. And I did a lot of gel pens here too. I was very much into gel pens in the beginning of my coloring. I don't really use gel pens too much anymore, actually. A lot more adventurous, I think, in the beginning of my coloring. Now I kind of just stick to alcohol markers and pencils for the most part. This is another one I felt like I messed up on. I was liking how it was coming out. I like how I did the background, and I think I did gel pens on these stars on her face, and I smeared them, and I was just like, oh no. So maybe I'd like to try to do this one over again someday. This is another one I started and didn't finish. I think I probably didn't like how it was looking. I think that's it for that one. Next up, I have two different versions of this book. This is Talisman is the Swedish version and Character is the Dutch version. There was never an English version of this book put out. I had ordered this from Etsy. I think I got this from Cool Craft Books. This is totally hard to find, and if you can find this anywhere, I'd be really surprised. And this one is even more so. I ordered this from a bookshop in Romania. This is very much similar to made how the artist edition books are made, but I think this might be Printworks, not Gibbs Smith. I have never colored in this one. I have colored quite a few images in the Dutch version. You see, the Dutch version is a lot nicer. In my opinion, it's hard-covered. It's a hard-covered book. The only thing, since this is a bound book, I feel it cuts off part of the image here, whereas this one, a little bit more of the image to the end of the book. But since I don't have anything colored in this one, we'll take a look through the Dutch version. This is by the publisher Muse. I have a few Muse published books. They're my favorite. Let's take a look through here. I had intended to finish this book. This was one of my books. I was like, oh, I'm going to finish this book. But I have not finished it. But what did I use for this one? This one's nice too because it is single-sided, thick pages, cardstock pages. So you can use markers on it. I think I did this Prismacolors probably, and probably some sort of glitter marker. This one looks like maybe a marker and some kind of paint pen, maybe. This is the page that I had done a second go at, a little bit better than the first one. I think I'm starting to learn. I think I started watching coloring videos at this point, and I think I learned about doing that 30 hair color blend, which is not super great here, but I was learning. I was starting to get the hang of it a little bit more. This one I do like a lot too. I did this water soluble crayons, probably Mungio, I think, alcohol markers, and then I colored on top with pencil, probably Prismacolors. I think our hair is marker. A lot of marker, I think, on that page. It does look like I didn't put a paper behind it because it did transfer, or maybe it could have been, it might have happened just because it's been sitting in the book for so long, it might have transferred over. This is one I started, some alcohol marker and gel pen. This is almost finished. I get kind of bored when there's like so much flowers and like small details. You know, I get into coloring the face and the hair, and then I kind of start to lose a little bit of interest. So another one I finished, I think Prismacolor, probably, and marker as a base with the Prismacolor on top. This looks like water soluble crayon. This one probably is also Prismacolor and markers and probably some kind of glittery gel pen. This is one that I had messed up, and then I went back over. I was able to go back over and color on top of it and fix it. This one, I like this one too. I like how this one came out. I was starting to get a little bit better at coloring hair. I did like some black shiny hair here. And what did I color? Did I do markers? Probably. No, maybe I did do some marker as the base. I think that was my MO at the time, doing a marker base to speed up the coloring process. This one, I'm not crazy about how this one came out. I might have been using gel pens or maybe even metallic paint. I think I might have used, I'm not sure, I don't remember what that was. Something sparkly in there. This is the second go at that mermaid I did. This time I kind of was thinking of a sea witch type of inspo for this page. I was thinking a little bit of Ursula from The Little Mermaid, and this is water soluble crayon and either Black Widows or Prismacolors, probably. I did marker on as the base for that one. So that was what I had originally intended to finish. Maybe someday. Like I say, someday is my answer to everything. Someday. This is seasons. Do I have? Oh, I did this one. I think I did this one for Christmas time. I know I used up almost a whole black pencil on this hair. Such a big area to color. You can see I didn't really put too many highlights in there. Maybe I did a little bit here. I pretty much basically just colored the whole thing solid. Paul Rubens paint I did on the candles, glitter gel pens, and chalk pastels for the background. I'm not sure what pencils. Looks like probably Black Widows, I'm guessing. Black Widows was my first kind of more, even though it's still a budget pencil, but it's kind of like my first like name brand type of pencil that I ever bought. Before I got Prismacolors, I had Black Widows for a while. This one I did pretty recently. I think I did this one as a buddy color for Halloween, maybe last year, but I do like how the cat came out. It's not one of my all-time favorites, but not that bad. Anything else? This one, oh, I think I did markers. Of course, if you use markers, you're gonna have to sacrifice the page behind it, but this wasn't anything I thought I would really miss out on. It's just a bottle. So I tried out my alcohol markers. And I think this was Sharpie metallic pen markers I did for this part. I'm surprised I remember all these things. I thought I wouldn't remember anything. This one, I think I started off with the Derwent metallic pencils and I stopped. I think I didn't like how it was coming out. Story of my life. Anything else in here? Let's see. Oh, this one I did, I think I did these both at around the same time. I'm pretty sure this was Black Widows I did. Maybe Black Widows and Prismacolors I did. I know I was very into doing faces and skin with the Black Widows because I had the skin tone pencils. And this one I think I did Prismacolors and some chalk pastels in the background. Oh, this is one that I have a second version of it. This is the Dutch version, which I have shown you guys before, but I'm gonna show you. Let's see if you can see the difference in thickness of the paper. Maybe I'm too close. This is much heavier, and it's in a yellow cover instead of blue and black. I think the Swedish version is also in this yellow cover as well. I don't know why the English version decided to go with blue, but the paper in here is a lot thicker than the US version, or the English version rather. All right, you guys, I'm gonna cut the video off right here. We're gonna get into a part 2. I don't have enough room on my phone to keep recording, and I do still have quite a few books to go through. So I'll see you soon in the next one.